Welcome to the third and final video from my day with Bell and Colville, the Lotus, Morgan and Subaru dealership in Surrey. In my two previous videos, I drove the charming Subaru BRZ and the hysterical Morgan three-wheeler, which must mean it's time for a Lotus. And it's a really fast Lotus.
Welcome to the Lotus Exige Sport 410. It's a monster. Quick rundown of the Lotus lineup for those of you not in the know. You've got the Evora, that's the GT, the big comfy one. You've got the Elise, the bread and butter of Lotus, the entry-level sports car, and you've got the Exige.
For its first two iterations, the Exige was essentially just a slightly sharper, slightly more track-focused Elise. But with this car, the Series 3 Exige, some bright spark at Lotus clearly decided that what it needed was a lot more poke.
So they got rid of the little four-cylinder engine and swapped in a supercharged V6, which, by the way, sounds quite good.
And the changes didn't end there, because during this car's 7-year lifespan, the Lotus engineers have been unable to stop themselves from fiddling with the Exige, adding downforce and power and reducing weight. First came the mad Exige Sport 350, then the insane 380, and then this, the pant-wetting Sport 410. And yes, that number refers to the power. So what exactly does 410 horsepower feel like in a car that started life as a little Lotus Elise? Well, to put it simply,
this thing is fast as f***. This car weighs barely over a ton. It's got 410 PS, and it'll do 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. It is a baby supercar.
But impressive as that straight line performance is, this is a Lotus. And that means how it goes in a straight line is nowhere near as important as how it goes around corners. So, with its bigger, heavier engine, does this Exige handle like a Lotus should?
No, it's terrible. It's like a bus with 4 flat tyres, it's rubbish. No, not really. It's astonishing. It's telepathic!
In fact, the Exige Sport 410 is so unbelievably good to drive that despite the savage speed, it isn't scary at all.
It's friendly. I'll be honest, I was a little bit scared about this one today. Not scared of driving it, scared of binning it. I shouldn't have worried because it looks after you. Sorry, got carried away there. Yeah, friendly car. Why is it so easy to drive? Well, it's probably partly because of the incredible amount of downforce it's got. That crazy wing on the back, for example, although, come to think of it, that's probably not helping me that much right now because I'm not going fast enough. So I suspect it's more to do with the unbelievably clever traction control system, which really looks after you. I mean, unless you've got everything turned all the way off, you can come out of the corner, plant your foot like an idiot, and the car will go, no, you don't want to do that, and it'll feed the power in for you. Makes you feel like a pro.
Of course, if you're a much better driver than me, you can always turn everything off and take matters into your own hands. But what this car's brilliant traction control does is enable anyone, even an idiot like me, to climb into the Exige and feel like they're really using it.
I would never have guessed that when I climbed into one of the fastest Lotuses ever today, I'd be driving it this hard, this quickly. Oh, the brakes are unbelievable. And it's so light, you can just feel that lightness. It makes all the difference in the world. If you want to make a car better to drive, make it lighter. Lotus is proof of that. It just darts into corners.
Perhaps the most surprising thing about the Exige 410 is the ride. Because while it may look like a track toy designed purely for buttery smooth tarmac, it's not. Thanks to very sophisticated dampers, this is a car you can enjoy and drive hard, even on a greasy, bumpy British B-road. Lucky for me.
And I tell you what, it's a really good thing that this car is quite supple, because the steering is so alive that if this car was really firm, when helmet over a pothole, it would tear my arms off. There's nothing anyone can say to explain to you just what this feels like. I'm looking at the road ahead and I'm feeling what it looks like through my hands. It's telepathic. It's so fast. Final thing I have to talk about with this car, I wish I didn't have to give it back, but they're going to close soon. The gear shift is a work of art. I mean, it is literally a work of art. It's beautiful to look at. The metallic click, oh my goodness. It's gorgeous. The whole car is really nicely made. It's not rattly in here. It doesn't feel like a shed car. If you look at the carbon fiber pieces, of which there are many, they're gorgeous.
Usually at this point in the video, I talk about all the things I like less about the car. And sure, I could tell you how the Exige's indicator stalk appears to be off a 90s Peugeot, or how annoying the unassisted steering is when driving at low speed, or how, if you're taller than 4 feet, it's impossible to get in and out of the Exige without looking like a baby giraffe being birthed. But in truth, this is one of those cars that does what it was designed to do so incredibly well that nothing else seems to really matter.
I love this car. If you love driving, it would be impossible not to. And I'm so glad that I can now tell people I've driven a pointy Exige, but what I didn't expect from today is I really feel like I got to use it. It's astonishingly accessible. It's not just a track weapon, it's more talented than that. And the upshot is that means whoever you are, however good you are at driving, if you love to drive, you can get in this car and have an experience you will never forget. It's going to be a really long time until I drive something that feels more special than this.